Brendan Gulick and Anthony Moeglin with you on Browns Digest after a 27-0 win for the Cleveland Browns over an Arizona Cardinals team that did not play very good football today. And maybe it was the right kind of get-right game that Deshaun Watson needed. Deshaun figured out a way to play pretty well. I don't know that it was the kind of game that he's going to say, hey, that's going on my career highlight reel. But ultimately, 19 of 30 for 219 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did not turn the ball over. And Anthony, the Browns are 7-4 now in games that Deshaun Watson is the starting quarterback. What'd you think today?
Now, I'll tell you what, it was a slow start, which you kind of expected, right? Just kind of felt a little clunky. And then he kind of started to see it kind of come together, especially towards the end of the game. I thought he was not very decisive, wasn't quite seeing it really well. And I'm excited to get the all 22 tape to see what he missed on some of the decisions when he would, kind of scramble out or maybe check it down. However, you just love a couple things. You love no turnovers. That's the first time in a long time. Well, first time since week 3 that the quarterback did not turn the football over. So that's a huge win. The second big win was that he was throwing the ball down the field with great velocity. We can cut the zip talk out next week on X and on Twitter. I think that discussion's gone because he was ripping that thing around the field, and you could tell he still has that arm strength. Then as the third quarter and fourth quarter came around, I thought the accuracy was back. You think about that throw to Amari up the sidelines. We're going to see that the rest of the year. That you talk about a highlight tape, that was like a perfect throw. And it's great to see that he has that in the tank. The accuracy still can improve, but you finished the day 63%, throwing over for over 200 yards and 2 scores, no interceptions. I think it was a solid day for him.
Yeah, I think I'd give him a solid B. I thought he played above average, and the fact that he didn't turn it over was the most important part to me. Arizona played a lot of too high shell zone, and so it was hard for him to take deep shots that were legitimately open. And as a fan, maybe that's a little frustrating when you see guys checking it down with some regularity, but I thought he took what the game gave him. He certainly didn't have a perfect game. He made some throws that were frustrating, but the 3 that stand out are certainly the 3 big ones, right? The one for 59 yards in the first half to Amari Cooper was absolute perfection. The second one, at least if we're going in sequential order, the second one was the right read over the middle to Marquise Goodwin. And I hate that Marquise got hurt on that play, but I still thought it was a pretty good throw. And Kevin Stefanski joked with us in the post-game press conference room that the last one was actually one that Amari and Deshaun, drew up in the dirt with him based on what they had been seeing previously on third down coverages. And it was executed perfectly. A 50-yard strike, and it was officially 49, but, perfect throw right on the money down the right side. Those are the kinds of things that I don't mean to be this terse about it, but when you're paying a quarterback the kind of money the Browns are paying Deshaun Watson, they expect those kinds of plays to regularly hit. And it's nice to see it happen.
And they did today. And one of my favorite throws was not the long ones. I thought those ones to Amari were fantastic. One of my favorites, honestly, was the third down to David for the touchdown, because I thought that was so big. They were struggling a little bit. You get the huge turnover. And if you kick a field goal there, that's really deflating. Not for the game. It wouldn't have mattered ultimately in the game. But that was one you want to punch in. And it was kind of got a blitz off that front side. And David saw it perfectly, knew he was the hot route. He gave him his numbers. Deshaun hit him right between the 8 and the 5 in the end zone. It was like exactly what you wanted to see on third down. It was such good growth, in my opinion, of them building that chemistry. And then also, I love when the Chiefs scores. He does everything right for this team. He loves this team and loves seeing him in pay dirt doing the Chiefs slam. It's the best. So thought that one honestly was one of my favorite throws of the afternoon.
Yeah, really a solid day for Deshaun Watson and the offense in a dominating one-sided win for the Cleveland Browns. 27-0. Cleveland's first shutout win in a long, long time. December of 2007, the Blizzard Bowl here at home against Buffalo was 8-0 that day. Cleveland today much more impressive in 27-0 under what were sunny skies earlier, but now have darkened a little bit. For Anthony Moeglin, I'm Brendan Gulick. Hang out with us more on BrownsDigest.com. Certainly would appreciate it if you'd subscribe to this YouTube channel as well, so we can keep bringing you content just like this.